Okay, so I am back. I'm hoping that this has worked. It might have done. I just tried doing a couple of test recordings and it came out fine. So if you are still here and still listening, please do let me know. Can you hear me doubled up again this time, Aim? There we go. So it is sorted. Yeah, it's something to do with the mic wire. I think I'm gonna have to buy a new one. I'll Amazon one today, and hopefully it'll be here in time for next week. And I'll just twiddle it until it comes up. So just me today, I'm afraid. Which I'm sure you're all gutted about, that we don't have anyone to help analyse. Shouldn't be. We will see, I guess, when we get in. Can you hear double sounds when I click? Sound alright? Awesome. So, yeah, I think it must just be a loose connection in the wire that connects my mic to my computer. So, should be a pretty easy fix. We're still a little ways away, so we'll jump back and we'll have a quick look at the teams and just go through what we are possibly going to be looking at. So, we are in mixed, and we'll start with... That was a bag falling off of something in my room. That can wait. We will start with the Moonlight Riders. So, Moonlight Riders, we have a couple of rather beefy pieces in terms of stat ups. So we have Zeo the Ghoul with his AG4, which is going to come in very handy against those bashy naked dudes. We have our baby Fleshy here with the strength up. And then we have the Fleshies with both a block. We have White with guard, White with tackle and mighty blow, and will come in very handy as well. And then we have the Blodge werewolf and the unleveled werewolf, and of course a kick piece. Then we got just 3 basic zombies. So fairly spare in terms of skills if you compare them to their opponents, but very well put together. I'd like to see a bit more guard coming out of this team going forward.Maybe chucking some guard on some zombies if they go up, even though zombies are fairly worthless. But yeah, I think I fancy their chances quite a lot. We will see. Of course, Thunderhide Balrogs, they're currently running at 220k, so he's going to have to dump some of that cash before they go in order to give up some of that team value, because at the moment he is a ridiculous amount ahead of his opponents, and he's going to be giving up a huge amount in inducements. So we have our AV Bust Ulf Verena, who managed to survive the last game despite being dumped off the pitch. We have our Pom Dude, we have our Mighty Blow and Guard on the Yeti, we have Dodge on a Berserker as well, Dodgy Ulf, so there's quite a bit of dodge here, so that tackle might come in handy for the Moonlight Riders. Got the Runner, who is the natural ball carrier, we've got Kick, we've got Tackle, we've got Fend, we've got more Fend, we've got Guard, we've got Dauntless. Dauntless could come in very handy against those, as I say, rather beefy flesh golems, and against that baby Fleshy, because he is giving up a little bit in strength as a result of that strength golem, strength zombie on the other side. So yeah, 1810 going into 1460 at the moment, so he definitely needs to get rid of some of that TV. Let's just scoot back and make sure we're not missing the game. I need to clear some of these random practice teams out. As you can tell, they have dumb names, so what am I doing? I'm doing the wrong thing, aren't I? Going completely the wrong place. Let's have a look. Thunderhide. I don't think they will be quite there yet, so I just wanted to get in a bit early so that we could sort this thing out. So it would appear that Swamp has gone live now as well. I'm assuming Flipped will show up fairly soon. I'm quite excited about this one. And do remember, if you are watching along and you actually want to jump in and help co-cast, then I can always chuck myself into a Discord room and we can do that. That's pretty groovy to me. I doubt we're going to get Kidakaze and Ran tonight because it is really quite early for them. So you might be stuck with me, in which case I will try and entertain you a bit. I've actually got some music on in the background just to mitigate the dead air. So we'll tweak the levels of that until we get to where we're comfortable with it. How's that? Yeah, sure. If you want to jump in, I will chuck myself into a Discord room for you, Aim. Give me a second. So, match room 4, mate. I am in there now. Yeah, music isn't too loud or anything. I'll check and make sure if it gets really heavy. This is kind of copyrighted music as well, but it's fairly obscure.
Is this the legendary Ghaustos, Apex, Lex? you know, all of them, yeah.
I go by many names. Yeah, howdy. Can you also just confirm, D, that you can hear Aim? Because last time Aim was on my channel, nobody could hear him, which was amazing because it meant it just sounded like I was talking to myself. So you should hear an annoying Canadian. It's alright, you're an annoying Canadian champion.
One of those isn't true. I'm not totally Canadian.
So yeah, anyone who is also there, please do let me know you can hear Aim, because otherwise I'm going to have to do some tweaking.
Oh, I can just look at the stream myself, let's see.
That's true, yeah. That is true. Because much as I like talking to myself, with the madness and everything, it can be a bit of a weird experience for anyone else.
Yeah, I could hear myself. It seems like he fixed all the audio issues. Somehow,
yeah,
he did it.
I think it's some sort of issue with the mic cable. Like I said, I think it's just a live... a loose connection in the wire somewhere, probably from me dropping it or something. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, apparently you sound gravelly and rough. So that's usually considered a good thing. Maybe you should get into like country music and do like Johnny Cash style stuff about the gamers rising up. You know, oh, I went down to Tennessee.
I am a little sick, so that might be why.
There's a lot of that going around at the moment. My housemate is walking around just coughing constantly.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how they're getting any sleep, given that I live with a couple and she's the one who's coughing, and she's just coughing constantly. So how he's getting any sleep, I have no idea. But yeah, still not quite there yet. Hopefully they will be out of inducement soon and we can start talking about the inevitable violence that we're going to witness. I don't know if you caught the game between Flipped and Daka earlier in the weekend.
I think I caught a little bit of it at the end.
It was insane. It was something like 19 removals, and I think that was just in the first half. It was the bonkers. I have never seen a game that violent before. It was just removal. I think we worked it out as it averaged something like 2.5 removals per turn that anyone played. It was ridiculous. So I think there's going to be a lot of people in Mixed probably looking at that game and going, I don't really want to play them. So poor Swamp, of course, goes into the Balrogs straight away. The thing for me is the inducement. What do you think will happen? What we're going to see come out of that?
What are the rough estimates of TV?
So there are 18. There are 1810 the Balrogs, but they're currently at 220k.
What?
They're currently running at 220k, so 70k of that is just bloated money. And then the Moonlight Riders, I think, are about 1400 and something. I did look a minute ago, but I've completely forgotten now. No, dear. I think it was 2-0 to the Kislevians, so it's 2-0 to the Russians. They kept each other going because they were pounding on each other. By the end, there was so few people on both sides that they were basically just a couple of dudes chasing a couple of dudes around. But yeah, so as I said, there is this huge inducement possibilities coming up. So, I mean, if I saw that, I'd probably be going, ooh, so many bribes! But yeah, I guess it kind of depends on what the Moonlight Riders are going to go for.
If I'm Moonlight Riders, maybe a bribe, maybe not. you don't have that dirty player, so you don't have the +1 to the injury.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you know, there's always that wizard, and there's 2 reasons that you can grab a wizard. When you're Necro, you have quite a few fast players. The wolves are 8 movement; they can certainly get around, so it's very likely that you can try and yoink in and steal a ball. Then there's the other part where if you fireball, everything you hit is going to be AV7, so you can very easily just remove 3 players on 1 turn.
Yeah, absolutely correct. I mean, the other thing with it is that I mean, there was a fireball in the game yesterday, Dimmy's game, and it did nothing. but the other thing is star players. I haven't done the maths in my head, but I think there's a possibility that could mean that we could see a 3rd wolf. How much is Lon?
I don't think you would take a 3rd wolf. You're playing Norse, you don't really need the claw.
True, because the AV isn't there, but wouldn't you be tempted by a 3rd wolf if you were a Necro player? Drop one of those zombies and stick a star player wolf on there? That's a pretty ridiculous team.
It is a pretty ridiculous team. I don't know.
Yeah, there's possibilities. I think that's the interesting thing of games between such high TV disparities. I would assume that the Balrogs are going to spend their cash before they go in, because it would be mad not to, really. Just going to check and see what we're doing. Flipped has just realised that they're playing right now, so that's why they're late.
Oh, they're in. They're doing inducements.
Awesome. Cool. Right, I will just find the game, which is not coming up on my thing,
because they're doing inducements.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Weirdly enough, it's like 6 o'clock here, but because I've been running on empty for about a week and a half, I have not actually been awake all that long. I think I just slept for about 16 hours. Which is all fun and games.
Oh, look at this! He's choosing a mercenary, and he's getting the dirty player zombie.
I'm still not seeing the game.
Oh, I'm just watching it on his.
Oh, of course, you're watching Swamp stream. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a really good idea, I think.
He grabbed a zombie level 2 with a dirty player, and he grabbed a bribe, and he spent 40k of his own cash for it. He's looking to kill something.
I really like it, because you're going in against an AV7 team who have got a lot of skills on you. So if you can get those guys on the pitch, and their killer piece has piling on. So if you've got a piling on killer piece on the pitch there, and you can clear the opposing players away from him, that's a piling on piece who's going to be on the floor with AV7. You've got to foul that bad boy.
Yeah, even no assist foul with dirty player, probably going to get a removal.
I mean, yeah, if it's a no assist foul with dirty player, then it's a 50-50 that you're breaking armor. So it's worth it. It's so worth it. And that bribe means that they are essentially free unless you get really unlucky. So if he's not fouling every turn, he's doing something wrong.
Because the coin toss has just happened right now, so we should be able to get in a few moments.
Cool.
Looks like Swamp won the coin toss.
Awesome.
Chose to kick. Interesting, chose to kick.
Weirdly, I'm still not seeing it in my list.
Alright, should be able to... I see it now. Time to close out of swamps.
Let's jump back into the search thing, because it might just be doing its usual thing of being a pain. Just go Swampmist, search for that instead. Yeah, I got it. Cool. I'm heading in now. Alright, so yeah, I normally find it in various different ways, Ran, just in case I'm doing something stupid, but for some reason I wasn't coming up with Thunderhide Balrogs. It might just be the server delay because they are Americans and I'm not. Nice to see you there, Rand. Thank you for joining us. So we are currently looking at, as we said, with the inducements, we have a mercenary zombie with dirty player and a bribe going on here. So I think very, very clever. And I'm hoping to see that utilised a lot. Very interesting setup here. It's kind of variant on Rule of 5. But I think we're going to see quite an aggressive game here from the Moonlight Riders, and rightly so, because if you're going in against Norse, they're going to be super aggressive. You might as well hit them with that yourself. As we talked about before, the baby fleshy over here, Kiva, means that the Necros have a slight edge in strength, and neither team has a huge amount of guard, although there's a slight guard edge in terms of the Norse, which kind of mitigates that. Let's flip round so that we are going with the line of offense rather than line of defense. And here we go. So, have you managed to catch many of the games this season so far yet, eh?
Not totally. I've unfortunately decided that signing up for 5 leagues per week was a decent idea. Turns out it's not. It's a lot of scheduling,
yeah,
a lot of gaming.
I think I'm part of 3 at the moment, but one of them only plays games every fortnight, so I'm doing sort of 5 games per 2 weeks, and that's enough for me.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, and in fairness, the one of those 3 leagues is my league, which, as we know, doesn't really have the most rigid schedule in the world. We will be playing each other on Sunday, so that should be fun.
Yeah.
I say
There's
fun.
going to be a lot of deaths.
Yeah, I say fun. All your players have got block, and practically none of mine have, because I'm Orcs and you're Norse, so that'll be an amazing experience for me. Not. Okay, so we're just about ready to kick off, I think.
So this kind of setup that Swamp has set up here is mainly to just kind of say, well, don't frenzy me. Don't blitz me with frenzy. Because if you blitz with frenzy, he's just not gonna click stand firm, and then it's just you go for a ride.
Yeah,
it's not fun.
It's basically like a Rule of 5, but set up as a frenzy trap, so it's pretty clever. This
Not
is frenzy.
totally a frenzy trap, though. I think if you had a player behind the flesh golems, then you'd be in full don't blitz me with the frenzy. No matter what you do, don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a conservative defensive setup, but it's also set up so that it looks pretty aggressive. It means that if there's a commitment to a side pretty quickly, you can get a flesh golem over there, you can get the white over there to help. I quite like it. This interesting offensive setup as well here with this sort of Ulf sitting back behind, very aggressive again. So yeah, I think we're going to be seeing quite a lot of action in this one, and I'm not expecting this to be a cagey affair. Norse can't really get away with playing cagey affairs anyway. You are basically all aggression all the time. They are the ultimate glass cannons, and Necro are not far off either. So
interesting choice, opting to leave out the runner here. I wonder if he's not seeing that, because instead he has a kick lineman. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably have switched the runner out for the kick lineman for this one. Although he may be thinking that he's going to need the Dauntless for
maybe just keep the runner in, so you just have or keep the runner. Oh no, there we go.
There we go. Switched it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I could see an argument for keeping the Dauntless guy off the pitch until your defensive drive, because if he's injured on your offensive drive, then he can't be making Dauntless blocks against those flesh golems when you're trying to stop them from scoring. So we get an extra team reroll for the Balrogs, which is not really that surprising because they're Fame. Immediately catches the ball on the runner that he wanted to catch that ball. So okay, let's see what he does. I'm expecting some sort of offensive push on the right hand side here. Yeah, so here we go. That's the Ulf. So he'll frenzy forward. Oh,
here we go.
Yeah,
already taking some armor breaks
already. And that's Deno stunned. So yeah, we're going to expect, I think, the Norse to spill in from the right at the moment, but we will see what happens. Killer piece is currently set on the zombie. Oh, that was unfortunate.
Oh!
Really unfortunate. It's a KO, but that's a KO at the cost of your turn and at the cost of a downed Yeti. So high drama already. I understand why he took the hit with the Yeti. I think he may have wanted to have taken a hit against the zombie on the other side first, though.
Yeah, you gotta consider the probability of failure.
Yeah, and I think you've got to consider the probability of success on the other side as well. If it's going to be a move that you can take anyway, and it's not going to affect what you do with the Yeti after that, around the Yeti, then it makes more sense for me to not do that. I mean, it may well be that hitting with the Yeti there was crucial to his plans for this turn, but if that's the case, then I would also suggest that maybe get a different plan, because anything that relies on a big guy acting very early, that you're not doing because you're in a bit of a bind, strikes me as just a bit too risky for my taste.
You know what? That said, it's not too bad. We have the ball in hand. Mm-hmm. We got a removal. We have a stun. We missed one hit. We missed the blitz. The blitz wouldn't have been that great, and the hit is just, well, the zombie's still stuck there. So it's not all that bad, all things considered.
Absolutely, it's not the end of the world. It's just a bit unfortunate. If you're going to get an early turnover like that on your first turn when the ball's already secured, it's definitely not the worst time to get it. I wonder if we're going to see a beeline made for Raw Headache here, who is the tackle piece, or we could see one indeed for the piling on guy, who is now looking slightly isolated out here. Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing. Guard comes in. Flashy fans out. So yeah, I think we may well see a hit coming in on Rough Mad Punch.
Yeah, this is where we find out if that turnover is gonna really suck. Because if that pylon piece goes off, then that's sad days. That is sad days.
Yeah, and that's Fend. So yeah, here we go. We have a Mighty Blow tackled white, poised to deliver a big smack to the face.
The perfect amount of movement, ready to charge in.
Here he comes.
Oh boy, he coming.
And he doesn't get it.
Well, we re-roll that every day of the week.
I'm re-rolling that.
Don't get it, though.
Oh, don't get it either. Yeah, unfortunate. But isolates the killer piece somewhat. I think for me now you need to be tagging the Yeti, but I would be tempted to chuck a foul at it with Rigger the Deceased, his loner, who comes running in and does not foul.
I think if you got the knockdown there, then you'd be able to form up a foul.
Oh, for sure.
Squad.
Yeah, I guarantee that was who would be being fouled if that happened. I would have liked to have seen the unassisted on the Yeti just for the hell of it. The only problem with that is it leaves him next to the Yeti, which is now about to get up and unsupported. So I can understand him not doing that. Hey Kiwi, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. You're going to be in quite a position for college if you're watching all these games of us playing. As slightly more experienced players playing, because you'll have some idea of what you can do with a bit more skills and what you should be aiming towards. So good on you. Thank you for joining us. Right, so let's see how Flipped reacts to having that happen. I think you stand up the Yeti before you do anything else, just to make sure, because if it does bonehead, then you've got a wild animal, then you've got to plan accordingly. Just foul everything and blame the dice. Easy. Yeah, that's pretty much what we do. So certainly what I do.
I'm pretty sure that if you are Flip Toast, any blitz that you make, you want to make it with the Yeti.
Yeah,
so
I think it's going to be.
He's probably not going to stand it up and then just. Well, I guess the only real target right now would be
the dirty player
right there.
Yeah, the dirty player. Take the dirty player off the pitch, and you've reduced some of the inducements and made that bribe much less valuable.
Taking the push. Interesting.
I can see what he's doing.
Bow down, I guess.
I can see what he's doing. Actually, he's clearing a channel. So he has now cleared a channel, and you also have a very vulnerable looking Yeti here. That is now no longer vulnerable. And what, we've got a zombie and a flesh golem on this side. So
That's true. That's true.
clear those off, and you're left with a wolf and a ghoul. Everything else is pretty much being penned in right this very second. You can see some dodges, but not really known for their dodging abilities, Necro teams. On account
Oh, you know what? I didn't even notice. He benched the kick piece and the other wolf. Was that intentional?
Yeah, I think it probably. The other Ulf. No, the other Ulf was on the pitch. It's but
No. I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
The
Correct,
other
sorry.
team. Oh,
Oh, there we go. That is a big one. That is a.
you
really
hate
big one.
to see it when your opponent gets turned over. You try to go for the hit, roll 4 dice, doesn't work, and then they come back at you and they Kaz you. You hate to see it.
But
It's an awful feeling.
Resurrection does its thing, and he's back up, and he'll be back on. So, one of the curses of playing against Necro teams. Yeah, I can see why you bench the other wolf, actually. If he's on the defensive, then werewolves are much more attacky pieces. And that one's quite vulnerable as well, given that it doesn't have block. And yeah, I'm not sure about the kick piece, but I guess he wanted some meat zombies to just get crumped.
You know what? I was actually looking at all the zombies. There were 3 zombies that didn't really have any skills.
Yeah.
Then there was a dirty player, the strength up.
Oh, there we go. That is the inducement player down. He is off the field.
Jeez, that is 120k down the drain.
Regen just failed as well, so he is off the field for the rest of the game. That makes the bribe much less useful. Great play there by Flipped. That was a bit of a brutal turn for Swamp. After such a promising start as well.
It was all a bait. You just you just go, oh no, look at me, I turned over, oh no, and then you just charge in and Kaz his entire team.
Yeah. You now got that Yeti standing pretty in the middle of the pitch, slightly in a forward position as well. So I think we are probably going to see a drive up that channel that's been created.
For the record, that Yeti Bliss was a little risky. Obviously, you know, there's a 1 in 9 risk, but then if you roll a push, then you have to roll a GFI because you only have 2 movement after standing up.
Yeah.
So there was quite a bit of risk in that play, but it paid off in the end.
I think it was the right move. I think the risk-reward ratio there, especially after you've just failed a roll with it. I mean, some people see that as like a sign that I shouldn't take any risks. I tend to see it as, well, I've done the fail now, so, you know, the next one will probably be fine. Which is probably the wrong thing to do in some respects. But hey, it seems to be working all right so far. Hey, SFAN? S-Fan? S-Fan. We'll go with S-Fan. I'm going to have to get like everyone to just record a little soundbite of them saying their names, I think, so that I don't get confused. Because some of them are, like, we've got D the Great, or is that Day the Great, or D-E the Great? One. Or Deathy Great One, I don't know. And then SFAN, or S-Fan. So yeah.
Apparently I'm doubling now.
Oh, okay. You are doubling. Cool. That's fun.
Yeah, Murdy's talking about that in minors.
Yeah, it must be some sort of problem with either my OBS or my microphone, but I'm not really sure why the microphone would be doing it, because it's not set to pick up the audio from the microphone, it's only set to capture it, which is slightly baffling. Cool.
You should, if you have any audio captures set up, just like remove them and just put it back to like a mic capture and then an audio capture. Just leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. So I think you're probably piping Discord directly to OBS and piping Discord to system audio so you can hear it, which is then doubling itself to OBS. I'm not piping Discord to OBS. It's just on default. So yeah. Let's see if I can change it round. So the problem is if I switch my input capture to let's see if this works. Okay, that might have fixed it. Can anyone else hear? Does it sound all right? You need to talk, Aim.
Oh yeah. Hello, I am Awesome Aim.
Has that fixed it?
I just heard it off your stream, and it still sounds awful.
Okay, God. I don't know what it is. I think what it is my co-casters just get chucked in a well. So, let's see what happens here. Let's change that over. No, that's terrible, because I think neither of us can be heard now. So, Alright. I think
Ghaustos and audio issues, name a more iconic duo.
Yeah. It's so true.
Big smash KO coming in on the Fend lineman.
Nice.
Peace out.
I assume that hasn't fixed it either. So cool.
At this point, just like whatever gets it to here, and then
yeah.
I'm just gonna go through it until it's fixed.
So we both sound bad in doubles now. How about now?
Oh my god.
No? Yes? No? Okay, so...
Oh, there's a foul coming in. Fluffy Sam getting hit. Getting stunned.
Oof. Okay, yeah, this is definitely a cable issue, I think, isn't it? I'm going to unplug my mic and plug it back in, so this might kill the audio altogether for a second.
Maybe I'm weird, but why would the mic kill the audio?
Because for some reason that seems to be what does it. Yeah, I've definitely got... yeah, this is crazy days. Yeah, so apparently that seems to have worked. How's that? Has that killed it all again?
Are we good?
We good? Still a little echo, but is it?
Okay, apparently I'm good now, and now your mic is the bad.
Okay, cool. That's an improvement
This
at
seems very
least.
familiar to what happened yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Like I fixed it and then it broke again, and then I fixed it and it broke again. I'm assuming we're still doing the echo thing. I wonder if it's the audio output capture that's the problem. Let's just see what I can do here. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. So I'm actually good now, apparently. Can you hear the game sounds? I think we're good. I'm just checking to make sure that they can hear the sounds from the game. Yeah, the game sounds have gone. That makes sense. Okay. How about now? No, I can see that there's nothing coming in from audio capture, actually, so...
There's another KO on the pitch. You might want to mention if I'm muted.
I don't think... Yeah, I think you should be back now. It seems to be there's some sort of interaction problem with everything, so there we go.
Alright,
both
cool.
Now. I think it's fixed. So I'll just hold position completely, and then we can just get on with
Don't touch a thing.
Oh, and a stun as well. This has been a...
We're coming in! Are we coming in?
This has been insanity, frankly. Okay, so there's
Are
no
we
game
piling
audio
on?
apparently. There's no game audio, apparently. That's strange.
Come on! Oh, he didn't pile on! I wanted to see the carnage, but I know why he didn't.
Yeah, I can hear the game audio all right. Yeah, okay, I think I've fixed it anyway, so we're all good. That was carnage. Sheer carnage. Look at that. This is the Norse doing Norse things again.
This is why I'm very worried to play against Norse in my own division, because if you let them, they just pop off and delete your team.
Yeah,
It's
or
like,
just
where'd my team go?
ending the world. Yeah, no worries, Matty. I think it's all fixed now, and hopefully will stay so for the rest of the game. I'm definitely going to have to get a new cable, because it seems to be that unplugging the cable and plugging it back in eventually gets it fixed. So, unfortunately, I don't have a spare, because it's one of those weird connections. So we are now down to a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players on the Necro team, after a turn of sheer and utter brutality. Fortunately, 2 of those are flesh golems and the baby fleshy, and we have the Agi-up ghoul and a wolf, so he's got a pretty decent core of a team still left. Oh, and we get a stun.
That's pretty good.
Frees up the wolf.
Trying to even it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Frees up the wolf and the ghoul.
See, now I'm wondering if maybe you keep the ghoul out and instead you bring in the wolf or the kick zombie. Obviously, it's turn 3, so it's a little too late to change your mind, but I don't know. I mean, I suppose you're going to try to turn them over and then rob the ball from them.
Yeah. Maybe the Blitz comes in, instant reroll there.
Instant reroll? Didn't even think about it.
Doesn't follow in, which is probably a wise decision, as it keeps a sort of wall of bodies there. But really, he has to be getting something on ball here. Ghoul goes back as a safety, presumably. Yeah. And we got the wolf. I wonder if he'll pull the wolf back as well.
Yeah. At this point, the drive is just kind of, well, I'm down 5 players. Well, down 4, but the Fen lineman's not that big. And it's just, you may as well just say, well, I'm probably not going to get much done, so I'm just going to chill back and just see how the rest of this goes, and then just try again next drive.
Yeah. I think the one thing that he could probably do is try and force Flit to score early. I'm not sure he's got the pieces to do that, though. So we're probably going to see a Blitz hit that Flesh Golem, and then the other Flesh Golem and the zombie almost will be out of the play for the rest of the drive. So
you can just keep smashing pieces. Eventually something's going to break again. You already broke so much. What's one more to the pile?
Yeah. This is a very breaky team. They're aiming for Audrey's Norse of Doom crown. Alright.
So Toast just thinking, what do I cast first? Oh, here we go. We're going for a ride.
And gets the hit. Stand firm pops off, so he won't be going anywhere, but no cars, which is a good thing. Thick skull.
Look at that dice roll.
I know, yeah.
Armor 9 is holding up. So it's only 2 armor 9s you get.
Yeah. Yeah, I think flipped and armor rolls are best friends. So actually, it's probably a love-hate relationship given how many you got removed from the last game, but we'll see.
So, question: what do you start blitzing with? Because you obviously have the choice right now. You can either blitz with the Mighty Blow, piling on Berserker, or with the Yeti. One has Claw, but the other one has Block, and it doesn't have Loner, obviously.
I think with the number disparity you've got here, you can kind of afford to take a few little risks, so I would probably be blitzing with the Yeti in the hopes of getting a level for it eventually. If you've got to get SPP on something, then the Yeti is a fairly obvious choice for that.
And here we go, we're going for a ride.
Yeah. So your killer piece is pretty well established already, but that Yeti could really do with the double and getting block. So Baby Flashy goes for a ride.
Damn!
And that's a KO. No SPP for that one, unfortunately, but that is another removal and a big one. He may be back, he may not be. Fortunately for the Necro team, they are guaranteed to get at least 3 players back. But this has not been going so well for Swamp. I'm assuming his...
No, definitely not!
Yeah, I'm assuming his stream is a little bit somber right now. It's a hell of a thing to watch, though, when you can watch it and you're not trying to sort out audio problems. So yeah, as Swamped, I think this drive is kind of just about damage limitation at this point. if Fliptos gets a little bit too ahead of himself and presents a really nice squishy target for hitting, then by all means take it. I mean, you could see a blitz from Crossy to Fluffy Sam here, just because that's a Ulf that is kind of isolated and therefore easy pickings. But I can't really see him stopping Flip from scoring here. Yeah, there we go. He's had the same idea. Gets the hit.
Oh, this is the armor 7 one.
Mm-hmm.
Very weak
one. But no armor break, unfortunately.
Not so weak after all.
Mm-hmm. Just got to 3 on the armor break roll there. I don't know whether you stand up the Flesh Golem, because if you do stand him up, he's definitely getting hit, and if you don't, there's a distinct possibility he could get fouled. At this point, you don't really need the guard lineman all that badly, so it might be worth just popping a foul off on him.
Was there an MMG for the Norse? I don't see a dirty player anywhere, and I see a lot of like fens and kicks and stuff. Oh wait, here comes a foul.
Yeah, here comes the foul. With a wolf. On the Ulf.
Just slaps him.
And just a 5 on that one. 7 on that one with the assist, so unlucky there, really.
Almost got him, not quite.
Mm-hmm. But that does put said wolf in range for a Yeti blitz.
These TVs are a bit like mid to high. I believe one of the teams was around 17, like 50. The other one was around 14 something.
Yeah.
I didn't see the exacts.
Yeah, it was 1750 and I think 1430 or something around that range.
There was a disparity. There was a decent disparity.
Heavy disparity. It was even bigger at the beginning, but that was because Flitch was running with 70k extra in the bank, which he has now slimmed down.
Yeah. And these Norse, despite looking so great, you're like, oh my god, look at that, he's got dodge, oh my god, he's got guard, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is bloaty as all. Heck.
Yeah.
That's Norse though. Once you start piling up the players, things start happening. You start bloating.
Yep, and given their AV7, they are also very fragile, so their TV can fluctuate quite wildly depending on what happens in their games.
Okay, you just go one game where you run into a team that just deletes you entirely.
Yeah. So it looks like Swampmist is basically standing off and trying to pick targets of opportunity here. I would expect that means Flipped is probably going to stall so that he can score on turn 8. Because he has absolutely no reason to score early and give Swamp a chance to come back at him and perhaps somehow tie the score going in to the second half. So we'll probably see a Norse screen form up here, and then I really would like to see that Fleshy get fouled, but I don't think we're going to.
I mean, most likely we're going to see a full Necro team. Maybe missing some key players. Obviously going to be missing the dirty player. But beyond that, we have the Mighty Blow White that's going to be there. We have the Werewolf. We won't... The kick piece is kind of irrelevant. Maybe we'll get Strength up. Maybe we'll get the Guard. Maybe we'll get a Zombie.
It's worth bearing in mind as well that Swamp does have a Wizard in his back pocket because of that TV disparity.
The Wizard? I don't see a Wizard. It was a bribe.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. What's the What am I looking at? I'm looking at the regen. I'm being an idiot. Ignore me. Ignore me. It's a necromancer.
All right.
Yeah. It's a necromancer. I'm getting overexcited. All right. So yeah, Yeti Blitz comes in on the unleveled zombie for some reason. So guess just to clear it off.
One nice thing about wizards is that whenever there's a wizard on either side, it's kind of like rerolls, how they're always showing on the screen. So you'll always know if there's a wizard there.
Yeah. Okay. So, again, I think we're just looking at Swamp trying to pick something off as a target of opportunity and hoping he can get a armor break, which, lacking Mighty Blow, is a bit of a difficult prospect, but could well happen.
Well, breaking armor on AV7 is 42%. Decent odds.
Yeah. And then you've got to get lucky with the injury rolls as well. So, yeah, here we go. Goes for the GFI Blitz.
Double GFI even.
Shoves him sideways.
Yeah, this next turn is going to be decently painful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that Flip Toast is understanding that he doesn't need a full cage for the rest of this drive, and just brings over maybe the Mighty Blow and just keeps 2 or 3 players near the ball.
Yeah.
There's no pressure. There's no reason to be too worried.
All he really needs to do is screen off that player
Oh,
on the line.
dodge not working.
Dodge fails,
Peace out.
And he's out of there. So we are a wolf down.
Granted, this was a 4+, so it wasn't the best odds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess you just kind of, it's either that or getting clapped by the Mighty Blow Claw, and that's probably
yeah. Turn ordering a little bit there. I probably would have stood up the unleveled zombie before that happened, just to mean that the Yeti can't blitz into one of the flesh golems, which admittedly is risky because it's blitz into block without it. But you can fairly easily orchestrate this into a fairly hefty block, so perhaps not as bad as it could be.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna keep 3 players, or maybe even just 2. You just need the 2 right now. You don't need the whole 3.
The only thing that can realistically get to him in the next 2 turns is that ghoul, and that ghoul is probably not going anywhere near him because ghouls don't regen.
Yeah, and you know, if you come up there, you're probably gonna get surfed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. In fact, he could even just send up like the Ulf or the Berserker. Just send them close, and then just say, "Well, if you don't feel like moving him, then wait, what is this 1 die?"
It's a 1 die on the flash golem, so they just bounce off of each other. No
Why are we taking 1 dies on flesh golems?
Why not?
Miscounted?
Possibly. So why not, really? Like, if you get the powder, you get the powder, and you are hitting that flesh golem with a rather nasty hit.
I guess it was a 1 into a 2. Well, no, he would have just stood firm.
Yeah.
He would just say, "No, I'm gonna chill here."
But if he goes down, you get the piling on. So.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, obviously he's in a dominant position, but
yeah, he's not in a position
little
now where any of this really all that matters that much. So long as he doesn't get overexcited and put himself into a position where Swamp can remove one of his really key pieces, then he's alright. Bouncy, bouncy.
that's a lot of not very satisfying dice to be rolling.
That should make it a bit easier next time.
That is a very well-behaved Yeti right there.
Yeah, no boneheads as yet. Wild animals, rather. Yeah, at least no cares on the wolf for sure. So there's a possibility the wolf will be back for the next drive. And there will be 2 chances for the wolf to come back before Swamp has a proper drive anyway.
In general, you'll probably get 3 out of 4 of these, in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of hoping that the one you don't get back is going to be just a zombie.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not completely out of the realms of possibility that Swamp gets his entire team back practically.
Honestly, this drive kind of just ended like on turn 3. It was just turn 3 or 4. The drive is over. That said, though, the game is not over.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
there's still a very good chance that Necro can pull it back.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, if you are Swampmist here, there's not a great deal you can do about this.
Yeah.
You're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place because anything you do is going to be heavily weighted in favour of the Norse. We can see the ghoul moving back in. I guess because the ghoul is being threatened.
You have
anyway.
to move him.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't move him, he would just get surfed.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's bad. It's injury on your non-regen, which can hurt. Can hurt a lot.
Yeah, very much so. So we're now just looking at Swamp with a bunch of bad options, really. Gets the punch, gets the hit, bounces off.
Yeah, this is just all right. Time to get punched next turn.
Red dice.
Oh, cheeky push.
Just a cheeky push. Won't really accomplish much, but well.
Hey, why not? You know, I'm gonna get smacked anyway. Oh, he's coming in.
Oh, there we go. He manoeuvres his way out of that pocket, but will be right back into it. But it does mean that, yeah, unfortunately, it was on the killer piece. The killer piece is the one that he didn't really want to be in base contact with at the end of that. But there we go. So we'll see another hit come in from that. Oh, no.
There's just not a whole lot to say about this. It's just carnage.
Yeah. Just a push on the ghoul.
Going for a ride. Vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom. Indeed. Going for the surf. So that ghoul is going to have to do AV4, Agi4 things next turn to get away. Here comes the hit and the flashy. Just a push. I would have been tempted to re-roll that. You're not going to be using the re-rolls for anything else. But
no,
it's saving that for a possibility of a loner roll on our Yeti.
I think now is when you would re-roll.
Yeah, he's debating it. Yeah, gets the re-roll, gets the hit. Right choice.
Down we go, boys.
Piling on time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do anything. But then it is a 10 plus, so not really that surprising. Okay.
Oh,
there we go. I thought
I thought that was the. I thought it was the Yeti. I was like,
it's get out of your system already, I guess. But yeah.
He knew. He was like, nah, I'm gonna use this boy.
Gets the push. So he pushes him through and frenzies. And gets the hit this time.
Oh, we're gonna get smashed!
We see a claw come into play here. This could be messy. And it's a stun. No, I think you fouled that with your block guy there. Just for the hell of it.
Just for the hell of it?
Yeah, why not?
That's armor 9!
It's armor 9, but you have a massive advantage in players, and if you can get that flesh golem off, then you are in a good position for your defensive drive, for the sake of a guy who you can replace with a substitute.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. At the same time, though, I still do wonder, where is the dirty player for Flip Toast? You looked at the teams, right? Was there an MG dirty player?
I do believe there was a couple of MNGs, so I would expect that one of those MNGs was a dirty player. He may even have been fired and replaced if he was on an MNG because of that huge amount of cash that Flipped had going.
Oh! Just trying to run away.
Yeah. Trying to get as far away as possible. Unfortunately, not quite far enough. Because little Puffle...
Oh!
Oh!
What in the world?
Foul. Wow! And gets sent off. Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, it's a bribe. Yeah. It's a bribe.
Bribe. I guess if you got the bribe, you might as well use it. Just gets a stun out of that one, but
was it really though? I mean, that was a -2 assist. He basically just smashed into armor 10.
Yeah.
Or armor 9.
Yeah.
I don't know. People do that with trees sometimes, just because it's like the drive, and you may as well just get him sent off or whatever. He's not gonna be doing anything. But that, I don't know. That's. I mean, it didn't go bad. I guess your dirty player's off. If you're gonna get him off right now, it's not the worst time to be doing it.
Yep. Oh, double skulls.
Don't like to be seeing that a whole lot.
Nope. I think
Going
this
for a
might
ride,
be the point. This might be the point where you just cut your losses and you take the score.
Oh, this is
risky.
right. This is the turn 8. I was thinking, like, oh, you can make some blocks, but no.
I think you just have to score now.
Run that in.
There we go.
And that's a touchdown.
Very dangerous. I mean, if that had been a both down into a re-rolled double skulls, that is
never would have heard the
away
end
a
of
gift
it.
horse.
Would have been the topic in minors for at least a week.
Yeah.
Never would have heard the end of it.
Throwing away a gift horse, as they say.
I was thinking to blitz the freaking ghoul, and I was like, oh yeah, you can blitz the ghoul, and then, frenzy it up. But then I realized, wait, it's turn 8, don't be doing that.
So Swamped gets back the wolf, but is still missing the white and the unleveled zombie. So that white, quite a big loss. But he has got his killer white back, and the wolf. So he has the semblance of a squad once more. So this could be a little more interesting. We're going to see some punching done now. He's going to be hoping for some AV breaks, of course, just to try and even things up a bit. And given you've got a Mighty Blow White back on the field going in against AV7, we could well see at least one removal here. Got to pray for a bit of luck and get some more. I'm not sure why Flipped isn't setting everything up right the way back, because if those 3 go down, then there is a very real prospect of a blitz hit on something here. The Yeti looks pretty juicy if you can get those fleshies up in.
He may be forgetting what turn it is.
Yeah, he may well be. But yeah, I wouldn't be doing rule of 5 here.
Oh.
Which is what he's gone for. So this is what they call in pool a hit and hope. So you hit and you just hope it goes somewhere good. So, yeah.
Wait, what?
It's 3 strength, 4 hits. And then we have wolves as well.
So it looks like we're going to get 4 hits here.
Yeah.
It's going to be... he's hitting the blodge one, and he's going to be using his tackle, so... It's like in the other one. I guess you'd want to hit the armor 7, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, removing the blodge is pretty big.
For sure.
That ball's going far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is a kick you want to have next drive.
Yeah, it really is. Far corner kick.
What a vanity pass? Not today. Enjoy your
today,
6+.
Satan. So yeah, here we go. Going for the Ulf, I guess. I would have been more tempted to go for the armor broken Ulf, admittedly, but I guess.
Oh, going straight in.
Yeah, just plows straight in. Gets the POW. No armor break.
Nope. Ain't got nothing.
Not even close. Wouldn't have been one on the armor bust one either. Runs him back. Not that he really needed to. I probably would have been tempted to run him back for an assist. Because I think the last... Oh, he's going to go for it this time round. I probably would have gone for that one first. But, fair enough.
Oh, we are going for a ride.
Yep. Oh.
Just a stun, though.
Just a stun. Second wolf goes in.
Not much.
Yeah, not much doing, I'm afraid. So I guess we'll see what the flashy can do.
Will this be the mighty Kaz?
It is not.
Nope.
So if you're swamped now, you've got to feel a little bit disappointed.
Just some duty armor rolls.
Mm-hmm. Really poo. But get them out of the way now, and then use the better ones for your offensive drive, I guess.
Dude, you're gonna get a whole another set of these hits the next drive. And now, quick, run back a player so you can vanity pass. Nope. Oh, were we fouling?
Oh, he's going for the foul. He is going for
with
the
the
foul.
strength up.
Yeah.
There's no bribe. There's no
Risky.
bribe.
Yeah, and he's been sent off in return for a stun. That is
Ref
really
ain't gonna-
unfortunate.
Ref ain't gonna pull that one.
It's really unfortunate.
Oh, I just saw some ones. I don't think either of them came back.
Let's see.
That's not good.
Yeah, both still knocked out. That is some bad
Snaked
juju.
it.
Snaked it. Bad juju. It's looking a bit rough for Swamp here. I think maybe because of the brutality of that first half, he's not thinking too clearly, and was just thinking, well, I'm going to lose anyway, I might as well just do this, rather than thinking, actually, I could do something here.
No, I can totally draw this.
I know, yeah. So I'm wondering if there's a bit of tilt going on.
There may be. It tends to happen.
It's
that
easy enough to
really
feel like
sucks, though. I mean,
yeah.
that's what 90k in team value, more than the player is actually worth, or like more than the player is actually worth in just one skill, and now he's sent off. Did he think he sold the bribe? That's what I'm thinking. That just sucks, though, because
There is the possibility as well that because it was the baby Flashy, he was thinking, well, if he does get sent off, that means he's out of the game and he can't get killed.
Kind of at one of those points where you're just like, well,
damage limitation.
This ain't gonna work.
So yeah, I think what we'll see here is Swamp will probably take the hits. And then
The sucky thing is that you don't really have enough players to even make a really good blitz without just not having anybody protect the ball, and then the good old Yeti's gonna say, "Hello there."
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that he's going for the setup, aiming at the left-hand side again. I would probably be going for the right-hand side because of that armor-broken Ulf. That seems like a prime target for a blitz on this turn, rather than the beefier Ulf on the other side, and just try and address some of that imbalance. But we'll see.
Gonna be kicking. Where are we gonna kick to?
Yeah, that might be some of the logic behind it, SF. Both teams lose a turn. I'm not sure Swamp is too disappointed by that one, actually.
One less turn to get clapped by the Yeti.
Eminently recoverable ball, and then you may see an attempt at handoff to the Wolf at some point. Just because the Wolf is somewhat more survivable.
What is this? Hang on. The kick fend piece for the Norse was left out.
Interesting.
Sorry, not kick, but tackle.
Interesting. I guess because the only place really they could have put him is on the line.
I would have probably preferred him to the kick, honestly. Like, you're gonna have to get out of these two pieces back here, and the best way to do it is some nice tackle. And without that tackle, it's gonna be rough.
Oh, goes for a dodge.
What in the world? What in the world?
Fails it twice. What was that? I can't see what he was trying to do there.
See, here's the thing. He had 3 players on the line already. There was no reason to put that wolf there if he was going to dodge it out.
Yeah, you should have just used one of the zombies. That is very strange.
I'm pretty sure we're witnessing a case of tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hate to see it. You hate to be it.
You do kind of hope to induce it sometimes.
You hate to see it unless you're the one on the other side.
Yeah,
then you're like, all right, I'll make this work.
But that is a ball that is in a position where it can certainly be threatened at this point.
Hey, if you're ballsy enough, you can send Mr. Tusk up there. I don't know if you're that ballsy though. Just roll some 1 GFI, just kind of base it, be annoying. He's got Fend too, so you can't frenzy him.
Yep. Yeah, you can get him on there for 1 GFI. and that makes it much harder for Swamp to recover it. It ain't looking too great for Swampmist here, unfortunately.
It ain't looking too great at all.
Yeah, Thunderhide Balrogs straight back on the horse that kicked them off in the last game so far. I'm thinking we may be looking at a 2-0 fairly soon. But perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself there. There's still plenty that Swampmist can do.
Okay, apparently he misplayed it there, and he wanted to foul the Ulf.
Oh, okay.
Which is bonkers. But he accidentally put the werewolf there, and he tried to dodge it out. And the game was like, nah, bruh. Nah.
Punish you for your mistakes. Yeah. Very strange. Yeah, if he manages to draw here, I'll be very impressed as well. Swamp's a good coach, though, so it's not out of the realms of possibility.
I'm pretty sure that Swamp is tapped out at this point.
Yeah.
Not is gonna tap out. Swamp has tapped out 100%. Oh, what is this? We're really. Oh yeah, we're just gonna get the hit, the lineman. I was thinking maybe he wants to go for a 3-die with the Yeti, but nah, don't need to do that.
Oh. Gets the armor break, just a stun.
Another one.
Mm-hmm.
Now where is the blitz?
I think it's got to be the Yeti. It could be the killer, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Yeti. We will see. There is a blitz opportunity on the white with Mighty Blow.
Or the flesh golem, you know, whatever you want to hit. Hit.
Here comes the Yeti. Yeah, it's going in on the white, I think. Oh no. Yes.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
We're fine though.
Yeah, no armor break.
Surprised that he took that before taking the hit on the flesh golem.
Yeah, me too. Although I suppose he was just seeing what could come out of it. Here we go, threatening the ball. Goes for the GFI. I think you're probably going to send the killer through as well, but perhaps he's more cautious about risking him.
There's the smack.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna get much. Almost got him, but not quite.
So what we're going to see here is pretty much guaranteed we're going to see a blitz with the werewolf onto the fend piece, Tusk Snowhands.
That's kind of what you have to do.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing is, oh no, you can get both werewolves around there and to make an assist, and then pick up the ball and then just say, well, you don't have tackle, so I'm just gonna do ghoul stuff.
In fairness, if that ghoul was a little closer, then you could see just a run in and a steal because of the AG4. But yeah, here we go. Other wolf comes back to assist. Flash golem up. He may leave the white down. No, actually, he should stand the white up.
Oh, that sucks. You have to kind of reroll.
Yeah. Gets the push. You push him up so you get the assist for the second hit on the frenzy.
Or do you reroll that? Maybe you'd be okay with that, and then you just take the 3+ and say, well, whatever.
Of course,
this is
no frenzy because of fend. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you're not going for a ride. If he rolls a 1 here, that'll be devastating. Nope, we got a 5.
But where does he go? He's not really safe anywhere.
No, we're not. I believe you just kind of say, I don't know what you do. It's not a happy time. It's not a happy time.
Maybe run back a couple of squares.
Yeah, run back.
There you go.
You have 7 movement, but that's only 7 movement.
The Ulf can get to him with 1 GFI.
The Ulf is looking. Ooh, dodge out works.
No, he can't. Not without making some silly dodge rolls, which I doubt is going to happen.
Very, very silly dodge rolls.
So, still in with a shot if he can somehow get past all of this huge horde of Norse blokes. Rolls the skull. Just not been Swampmist's game, has it?
No, it has not.
quite comprehensive dicing going on in some respects.
I think with that strength up, foul, and then later he tries for the foul with the werewolf, as he stated, or tried to, and then he got punished for it. I believe he's just trying to do as much damage as possible to this beefy team. Oh, another flip over. That's a stun. Oh my lord. This is awful.
This is really awful.
Like, obviously, if you hit them, they will break, but this much, I don't know about that.
It's quite hard to give analysis on both coaches here because this is such a one-sided dicing going on here that you can't really say that Swampmist has played badly or anything like that, because I mean it was literally a turn of removals in the first half that's kind of caused this situation. Some unlucky KO rolls, some unlucky foul rolls. I mean, he's done 2 fouls and had both of them get caught out by the ref.
I believe he did quite a few fouls. He did...
Yeah, I think there was like a couple of others.
4 total.
A couple of others. So yeah, 4 in total, but a 50-50 rate of failure on fouls is pretty grim.
Yeah, not the greatest.
No. So I can well see why Swamp is going to feel a bit aggrieved by this one.
All that said, this was a very, very, very likely draw, but then he fouled with the strength up, and then he got into a situation where now all of his players are stuck on the players they don't want to be stuck on.
Yep, absolutely. And that's a double power on the white.
We're going for a ride. Another armor break.
Another stun. That was a double 6 on the armor roll there. Yeah, this is looking rough. I mean, where does this ghoul go?
Yeah, I don't want to, downplay Swamp, because he's a good coach, obviously, but there were definitely some questionable decisions, and getting smashed with your armor like this is one thing, but you still gotta account for that a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's perfectly understandable that he's made some questionable decisions after that horror of the first half, though. This has been him trying to run up and down escalator the entire time.
Second try is the charm. It's one scary thing about Norse. I wouldn't be surprised if we see like 100 blocks by the end of this game.
Yeah.
Because every frenzy just adds another one and another one.
Yeah. Kiwi brings up the only point really is that there doesn't seem to be any tackle on the Norse side. So
he put the tackle on the reserve. I'm assuming that was an accident.
Yeah. So in that respect, he might be just trying to hope that Blodge will save him. But there's so many players. There's so many players. There's so much weight of players there that it's going to be pretty much guaranteed 3 dice on that ghoul pretty much every turn.
I mean, you can hope that Dodge saves you, but the one issue is, what are Norse known for? One thing is that they're known for smashing your team into bits, and also getting smashed. The second thing is pushing you off the side with all the frenzy. And if the dodge works, great, but you may just get shoved off the pitch, and you can't blodge your way through that.
Nope. It's very true. Here we go. Bit more weight of numbers on those wolves.
Yeah, don't really need anybody for that flesh golem. And what do you do here?
You've just got to be looking at it and going, I have no good options.
It's one of those moments when you're playing CCL where you just go, alright, I have 5 concedes, this will be one of them.
I would be tempted by the red die blitz with the flesh golem onto the Yeti, because your block going in against no block and you've got a reroll. But I mean,
it doesn't do anything though, unfortunately. If you are going to blitz, I think you may want to try to blitz the runner to just try to get some damage. It's 1 die into 1 die for a serve.
Yeah. So the ghoul goes to the right up underneath Rough Mad Punch, so we may see a dodge out. Yep.
Just saying, hey, all you get is one die.
Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering
Well,
if we're gonna
except for the guard that you have, but
I'm wondering if we're going to see an attempted dodge out with the other wolf, the unleveled wolf, and then maybe an attempt at a hit. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't make it.
oh, what?
Yeah, he was.
What was he gonna hit?
I think he was trying to dodge through and blitz into the killer piece. But,
Oh,
dodge
yeah, I can see that. Because I realized that, I thought, oh, he made the 3+, but I thought, wait, it rolled dice twice. What happened?
Didn't
he went
stand up.
4+.
Yeah, didn't stand up the flash golem though, which means that that side of the pitch is uncovered, and means that he can basically pour his entire team down towards them.
This game is gonna just become, well, all my players are on the floor, may as well just leave them there very quickly.
Yeah. We could even see a soft concede at some point here and just turn skipping.
Yeah, that's effectively what I meant. It's just, why would you stand anybody up when they're just gonna get clawed and smashed and turned to bits? Once this ghoul loses the ball, that's gonna be the last time the ghoul or any other player stands up.
Yeah, you may be right. You can't really blame him for it either.
No, you can't. It just happens that way sometimes. You just gotta deal with it.
The one saving grace of this is that the injured players are both just badly hurt. I mean, it doesn't really matter with the loner, obviously. So this isn't a team kill, but it's a bitter pill to swallow.
We're going in.
Gets the power.
And he's gonna pile that on every day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Oh,
he doesn't even need to.
Injury.
Unfortunately, it was Friday today, and that's the day where you just get the Kaz anyway.
Yeah. MNG. It's an MNG on the ghoul. That's gotta hurt.
That has got to hurt. Oof. Now, the one thing about being undead or necro is that, yeah, you have the regen on most of your players, but the keyword is most. The ghouls do not have it, so ain't got no appo to say, well, hold on.
So the MNG, in some respects, was lucky there because it means that the ghoul survives. But yeah, this is kind of sad. Yeah,
the game's effectively over now. There's no reason to stand any player up. If they even get a chance to stand up, good lord.
Another stun. Ryuki the zombie is down and out of there.
Every single hit, you just bust some armor. It's brutal.
Oh, yeah. It's messy as all hell.
Alright, so we have, if you're the Thunderhide Balrogs, you have 4 turns to run something up the pitch, which is quite a bit of time. So you have to decide now what you want to get 3 SVP.
Yeah.
Obviously, first choice would be the Berserkers, and I think you probably want the Blodge Berserker to get the SVP, so he can get on his way, because he ain't got no Mighty Blow to help him out.
For sure, yeah.
Other options, you got 5 out of 6 linemen if you want.
May even be worth considering getting one of those linemen down who's on 5 out of 6 and throwing a vanity pass to the Berserker.
Maybe, but I'd probably just take the 1/3+ and then just run it up.
Ooh, dodges out.
Where are you running to?
Fails the reroll. His dodges have been atrocious this game as well.
They have indeed been atrocious.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if we see anyone standing up. It looks like what he's doing is he's just running his players away from hits at this point. You know, didn't stand
I
up
really
closely.
did think that this was, you know, once you start getting all these removals on your side, you think, okay, I'm not going to try to play for the win, I'm just going to try to play for the draw.
Yeah.
But he just kind of, he put a werewolf and he started trying to foul, and he fouled with the strength, and then at that point, there's nothing. You know, you have no more players, they're all out of position, and they're getting elbows dropped onto you.
Yeah. Nothing doing from it though. Piling on hasn't really done anything this game.
Yeah, it's mostly been just really raw rolls, like the claw and the mighty blows have been doing a little bit here and there, but the Palion hasn't really done much. In fact, where was the ghoul hit? It was just 11-11.
Yeah.
It's just been raw power.
Okay, so yeah, I would assume we're going to see a pickup.
Yeah, he's probably going to pick up with the Lodge Berserker.
Yeah.
Because on a team with very few pieces that get strength access, you got your Ulfs, you have your Berserkers, and you got the Yeti.
Yeah.
So you bet you're a bash team, so you better get them their SVP that they need.
Mm-hmm.
Good news about both these Blodge is that once they get guard and then maybe stand firm, that'll be nice. Maybe the Berserker gets Mighty Blow anyway. He's still a good piece, but he's got Blodge.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably gonna do it like a more balanced kind of thing where you get Mighty Blow and guard, and you just don't take Palion on. You just, well, I'm guard and I'm Mighty Blow, so I'm chilling.
Gets the hit. Because of course he does.
Well, the kick-on-kick action. Oh, so violent.
Because he didn't kick him, he doesn't remove him. Okay, so... yeah, I think he just picks up now.
Let's see here. I got a ping. Swamp is saying, any insight from the casters on how I could have not lost this game beyond the 1 turn 10 misplay? Because this game is over. Like, the first half was kind of just, after turn 3 or 4, that was just a drop-off. You just say, well, whatever, that happened. That's real, that's just, we deal with that. We live with that. Then, when you fouled with the strength up, it wasn't a good foul. I'm kind of assuming that you gave up at that point and you were like, whatever, it's, whatever.
Yeah, I think that was the turning point for me as well. You got a bit unlucky with the KO rolls, but you still had enough of a team there that you could have made a go of it and played for a draw. I think the foul with the Baby Fleshy was a mistake. I think looking back at this game, you'll definitely see that it was a mistake. But for the most part, this really hasn't, a lot of the time, been about what you've been rolling. It's been about what Flipped has been rolling. The only exception to that is that your dodge rolls have been atrocious this game. But yeah, this is one of those ones where it's really hard to give you an analysis of how you played, because basically all you were doing was reacting to getting really horrible luck a lot of the time.
I don't know if I'd say that dodge rolls are atrocious. Like, for one, you're not really elves, so you generally don't want to be dodging unless it's, oh, if I dodge out, then I can hit the ball carrier. That's, or if I dodge out, then I can make this positional play. Mostly dodge were just kind of like this one, where you're just like, I don't want to get hit, so I'm going to dodge out, and instead let the floor KO me.
That's a KO. That puts him off the field. That's probably a good thing.
He's safe. He's safe.
Killer Piece is safe at least. So yeah.
Yeah, but the other dodges were with the Blodge, Werewolf, and 2 of those were the 4 pluses, and it's just. I mean, you were saying that the dodge rolls were bad, and it's just, the dodge rolls were bad, but maybe not for a dice thing. It was just, they were at bad times where you can't really, the game was kind of already over at that point.
Yeah, especially that Wolf one. It was really the only option you had, and it was a bit of a long shot. So I completely understand why you took it. I mean, if this was a more competitive game, you probably wouldn't have taken it. But yeah, so it's really hard to give an analysis of what you did wrong when it doesn't really feel like you did a great deal wrong. You just got horribly unlucky at the beginning, and then weren't really able to recover it afterwards.
I honestly think that he still had the draw.
Yeah.
But when he decided to foul, and then afterwards he decided that he wanted to foul again, when he placed the wolf wrong and got the turnover for it, that was the point where the game was actually over.
Yeah, I would agree.
Save for some blodge bull.
I would agree. That was the point where you kind of threw it away. So, thing to note.
Yeah.
But kudos on not rage quitting on this one, because there must have been a temptation.
Going after the fleshy.
Yeah. Gets a double power on it as well.
Pile that on every day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna eat those words again? Nope.
Yeah, piling on going in on that one, I think.
You pile that on. It doesn't matter. It's just you want the damage. Going in. Oh.
Macho Man elbow from the sky. Nothing happens.
Unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's about it, really. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Goes
this
in on the zombie.
game is effectively over.
Yeah, very much so. Looks like he's going for the surf on the zombie, maybe? No.
No, he rolled double pow, so it's
Yeah.
just no, can't. And yeah, this is just kind of brutal because if there's any team you don't want to give a good initiative and, you know, not keep up with, a lot of teams kind of ruin you for it. Like, if you're elves and you just waste a turn, you probably just kind of lose the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you know, you can maybe, you know, oh, maybe they fail 3+3+. And it's like, oh, that's not too bad. But then for this team, they don't care about the ball too much. They're just gonna smash you in the face.
Yep.
And if you give them a turn of free doing that, they're gonna do that for free.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are Moonlight Rider's next opponent, you're thinking, oh yeah, that IG up is not gonna be there.
Yep.
Overall, I don't think there was much in terms of development. Like there were no casualties, there were no passes, there were no really anything.
Yeah,
If you're Swamp, you're coming out of this with just an MVP.
Yeah, this is a really bad game for Swamp. Just in terms of a speed bump along the way, it means he misses his ghoul for next game. It means, you know, his natural scoring piece is off the field for the next game, which admittedly is the worst thing that's happened to him so far. So that is a bonus in that respect. But yeah, this has been kind of a slaughter. Hey, Flipped.
I was in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game's over.
Yeah, I don't think the admins are going to be particularly bothered about you jumping in on this.
Oh, you're trying to get advice?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get you now. I'm adding Shadora right now.
Yeah. So I would expect
At
Swamp.
Shadora, this man is being a meanie pants.
But yeah, so I don't think anyone is going to object too much to you jumping in now.
No, this game is absolutely
academic. It's completely
beyond
out
a
of sight.
shadow of a doubt over.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you feel at all bad for how this one's gone Flipped.
If you're Norse, this is just the average. Either you just completely delete their team, or they delete your team.
Yeah.
And in this case, it is the Norse doing the deletion. We coming in with the elbow. Elbow coming in!
Elbow from the sky.
Ooh.
And it's okay.
Almost got some SPP.
Yeah.
Gotta get those stats going.
Yeah. That would be quite funny, but Kiwi, but we're
He
not
gets
going to
the
do that.
admin loss because he showed
Yeah.
up to the cast on turn 15.
After the game has completely been finished with. Yeah, I wouldn't make a habit of doing this, anyone, but in this case I think no one is going to particularly object, because we're not even calling the action at this point. We're just talking about how horribly this has gone for Swamp. Yeah. There is nothing to call except for just commenting on what the roles are for breaking armor.
I think one thing you can learn from this game is that you just have to keep your head up and you have to roll with the punch. Swamp kind of just tapped out on, you know, on turn 4 when it was all kind of going bad for him. But
Yeah.
he had a regen success. He had 3 players on the reserves. There were a lot of removals, but he was definitely able to come back from that. However, he tapped out. He went for a silly foul, and
Yeah.
in the end, it just kind of snowballed from there. And he probably went, "Oh, there's just nothing I could do." But I guess we're going for this crazy foul from downtown.
Yeah. Because if
Why
it
not?
fails, he gets off the pitch, I guess. So it doesn't fail, unfortunately. Yeah. Flip says he wished he'd killed more. I get what you're saying there, but at the same point, like, I wouldn't have liked to have seen Swamp's team get wiped.
And now we're gonna see the score. And
Yeah. And that will be it.
if you are this Lodge Berserker right now, you're thinking, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gonna get me some Mighty Blow later." If he gets the MVP, then he's gonna get that Mighty Blow. Or Guard. Whatever he chooses. That's the game.
That is the game. That was
0-2.
one of the more one-sided affairs I've seen, I think. So, yeah, that was certainly a thing that happened. Like I said, I don't really have much to say about it because it was just the Norse cleared the pitch on turn 3 and then just never really looked back. So,
I mean, all the stuff to be said has already kind of been said, and then there's just no new stuff to talk about.
we do have some from the results though. So X8 the Flesh Golem gets the MVP, so that's a good thing for
And the
Swamp.
armor busted
And
Ulf
the
gets-
armor busted
level
Ulf
up is
gets a
good,
level up.
but it's an armor bust. You kind of like, do I keep this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But look at this SBP. Just the MVP for the Moonlight
Oh.
Riders. And then 5, 7, 10, 12, 16, 19 for the Balrogs.
And you know what's actually always surprising? Because you think in these games, oh, you know, the Norse rolled so many blocks, but the average game with like a lot of blocks would be, you know, 60 or 70. This one only
Yeah.
had a 46. The armor rolls just said bye-bye, and then the game was over.
Yeah. And it's a fairly even spread in terms of block dice as well. I mean, slightly more pows than skulls.
Oh my god, he rolled so many injury dice.
Yeah. Yeah, just crazy, crazy, crazy days.
And again, you know, I think in a lot of the games, you'll get some bad dice. Like, snakes happen, getting
Sure.
absolutely deleted will happen. But, again, the main thing, you have to keep it up. I believe in the... What was it? Right, the finals. Going into the second half, all of my players got taken out, or most of them, by the sweltering heat, and I had like 5 players on the pitch.
Yeah, it was the crazy days. And I mean, and in that situation, I suppose you didn't really have much choice other than to keep going because it was the finals. It's not like you can just.
You have to keep going. You bring your water down. You drink it. You wipe the sweat off, and you just got to keep going. You got to keep rocking, and just keep rocking, and eventually you might get a green name on the Discord.
Yeah. So we're just waiting on the confirmation of the game so that we can have a look at the teams and see what level ups happened and so on and so forth.
I believe it was just the Ulf. I don't think anything leveled up, but there was a lot of SVP. There was a damn lot of SVP.
Yeah. And obviously nothing really for Swamp. Jim did win that game yesterday, it is true. It was, again, a bit of a dismantlement. There was a one-turn touchdown from the Rats on the Rats' defensive drive, which just goes to show how crazy Blood Bowl can be sometimes.
Right, it was a blitz, and then
blitz.
There wasn't a whole lot of. No, there was actually quite a bit of defense. However, it was a skink with sidestep that got powed, and from there it was just 2+, and then a dodge. And
Yeah.
you're in. In fact, he could have just done 2+, and then just the dodge, and you're in. But he wanted to make the handy pass, so he got 4 SVP out of that just little interaction, which is quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, for sure.
that monster leveled up, which is kind of scary.
So yeah, the Balrogs are now at 1640 TV, although admittedly we have Fluffy Sam's level to add on to that, so it's going to be slightly higher.
Watch as it gets like strength or something, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, I can't fire him now. He's in it for the long haul.
Oh yeah. Right, so I think what we'll do is we will wrap it up there.
Yeah. Not much more to be said, but that's
Not
kind
much
of been
more
the
to be
case
said,
for
yeah.
a while.
That was absolute brutality. Fortunately, it's just the MNG on the Ghoul.
I guess another thing to talk about is that these games, they just happen. You just get swamped.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you look at it and you go, damn it, I've been diced. And you just start talking to people, you're like, damn, this is just off. But that doesn't make you win the game, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And of course they didn't. We're not gonna say that the armor rolls weren't really spicy when you're the Norse and you're crashing into, what was it, like armor 9 just got splatted a couple times.
Yeah.
It was big smashes.
Hello, I have come to see what y'all thought of my terrible dice that game.
Oh, it was brutal.
that was hard to watch, mate. Yeah, like looking at the dice spread, it didn't actually look that bad, but all the dice that were low or poor were at really important times. Oh god.
Also,
the elf got dubs.
So I got 51% successful AV rolls.
Your armor
God.
was butter. Your
armor was just yeah.
That game, it looked like a 16-turn game, but it really lasted about like 5 turns. And
Yeah,
the
right.
Game, like 3 turns in the first half, and then the rest of it was over. And then in the second half, 2 turns, and then it was just...
Yeah, it was like the turn 1 I fucked up wolf positioning. Or sorry, turn 10 I fucked up wolf positioning. That was, I think, my only mistake that game, really?
I think we've talked about it. We think that the big mistake that you made was fouling with the baby fleshy. I think had you not fouled with the baby fleshy, you had enough players on the pitch and enough strength on the pitch that you could have done something with it. But as soon as that foul went in and he went off the pitch, it kind of all unravelled from there.
I think I hyper focused on trying to foul because I had no attrition work done up to that point.
Yeah, Flipped wants to jump in as well.
It kind of felt like you just gave up at that point.
Yeah.
And then I went to your stream and you were talking about how you wanted to foul with the wolf or something, and I just thought you wanted to foul the elf, and I was thinking, yeah, this is, even if this was a possibility, which it kind of was at that point, it's not.
So I wasn't fouling with the wolf. The idea was, and I just messed up the positioning. The wolf was supposed to help get the 2 die on the ulf, so that a
you foul with the zombie.
Yeah.
Okay.
The zombie was in range to foul if I get the knockdown with the with the white.
Okay, Flipped, you can jump in if you want. Yeah, pop on in.
Yeah, I just I made I think the wolf was you're right. That was a mistake, and I think the wolf was a mistake. But it's like I think those were the only 2 mistakes I made all game.
Yeah, there were.
At the same time, though, like, those were some pretty big mistakes. You had that 90k team value piece get thrown off.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
fair.
From there, I'm just assuming that the moral or the morale for the game.
I think going for the Ulf is the correct play because if I can take off the Ulf, it looks a lot better for me.
Hitting the Ulf is correct, but I don't know if I'd be fouling because you lost the bribe. Speaking of lost the bribe, what was the foul with the flesh golem onto the killer? It was -2.
Yeah, I know. It was me just being like, I need a high roll to win the game at this point.
Yeah.
It was me just being like, what is my out? My out is high rolling the shit out of him in the second half.
I don't know about that, though. Like, when I think about it, you were gonna have, let's assume that the KO rolls are 75%. You were gonna have all your players. In the end,
they were 50%, which is correct because I didn't get I didn't have access to a babe.
Well, you had 2. The first rolls were 50, and then the next one was 0. But in the end, you had 2 KOs come back from 2 rolls, which is meh.
Yeah.
And then you had, let's say, 10 players, minus the strength up. From there, you're not down all that much. You could have very easily had drawn the game at that point, but it just kind of spiraled after you fouled.
Yeah, I was trying to take off a piece that was doing attrition work because I was like, also part of it was I need to like not have I need to have a team going into next week.
Yeah.
Like I went into like crisis prevention mode where
Yeah.
my focus was on like having a team in the next week.
I did call that one. I did think that possibly some of the reasons that those fouls were going in late on was because you were kind of hoping that they were going to get sent off.
Yo, Swamp, good game, man. I think I got incredibly lucky.
I mean, yeah, like your first
Absolutely lucky.
the number of AV breaks on Ulfs, like you just don't win those games, right? Like
Yeah.
I think I don't think I was winning. I could have tied it if I didn't foul with the strength up, and then I mean no player coming back means I'm still at a disadvantage there. And then if I position correctly and foul the Ulf off the table, it looks a lot better for me tying it. But it also completely depends on how many like AV breaks you get from there. And I think if you get one or two players sent off while I'm trying to score, I think you still win.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my takeaway from it. I think that the big mistake really that was made was the foul with the fleshy, and even saying that, had it worked, we would have been like, oh, that was a brilliant move. But yeah.
I think, the fleshy fouling was just me going like, he gave it to me, I'm just going to take it, fuck it.
Yeah. The baby fleshy, I mean, rather than the actual fleshy.
Oh, yeah, the baby fleshy. Yeah. The baby fleshy, I think, was incorrect.
I did thought that was a bad idea, along with the werewolf.
But yeah, so flipped, that must have felt pretty good for you after the last game.
I mean, yeah, but not really.
And he didn't really do any permanent damage, so...
I'm missing the goal for next week, which sucks. That lowers my ability to score a lot as the team. I also got nothing. Like I am like actively in a worse position. I lost the Yeti never failed a wild animal, by the way.
It did not.
It did not.
Including
I did hit
150%.
I did hit every time with the
No, you made 150%er.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that one it was when the game was done.
Yeah, but you made 11 rolls with him and you succeeded everyone, which is still very above average.
I'm pretty happy about that. Yep.
Yeah. So like if you ever like I mean also like my kick zombie or my DP zombie got like instantly taken out.
Yeah.
Which where I positioned him might have been wrong, but like I wanted him in a position where he could foul the next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I when I was looking at that, I was thinking, yeah, that's going to get hit now, and it was unlucky that you got the removal straight away with that, and then obviously the regen failure. But yeah, you kind of invited that one. Especially, I think the problem is if you're going to take a mercenary with a skill that your team lacks, and then kind of focus your inducements around that, you kind of have to protect them a bit better, because as soon as you took those, that made him a target. So then you've got this target on the pitch, and you stick him forward like that, and you invite a blitz from the Yeti, and 9 times out of 10, someone's going to take that.
That's fair, yeah.
But yeah.
So I have to ask Swamp, what was your game plan going into the second drive? Were you thinking to win, or were you thinking to tie?
Oh, I was thinking to not lose players. I was never expecting to win going into the second drive.
Oh, you just wanted to not lose players at that point.
Yep. I don't think it was physically possible for me to win because I didn't have the strength on the pitch. Even not fouling with the strength up zombie, there was no way I was going to have the strength left on the pitch to retrieve the ball when I kick it back, right? I think I could tie. I'm not a good enough player. Like, frankly, I'm not a good enough player. I didn't see any path to successfully score it twice.
So
without my opponent just like fumbling the ball entirely.
What I was thinking throughout that game was, if this offensive drive, if the Norse don't score, if you take the ball away from the Norse, if anything happens that results in 0-0 or 1-1, as in like a tie score, or you're up 1-1. I think that's when you decide, okay, I can go for the win. If it ends in 1-0, for the Norse, I think that's when you decide, okay, there's no way I'm winning this. I'm just gonna go for the tie. I'm gonna score maybe on turn, what would it be? Turn 14, and then just kind of defend from there.
Yep.
And as late as you can, but
that was my plan, and that's why I was trying to take out that Ulf, because I felt it was a big piece stopping me from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I misplayed. Like, that was my turn 10 misplay, I think, ended the game.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah, right. It was turn 10 because
Pretty
of the
much.
riot, right?
Yep,
So
yeah, turn 10 makes it right.
Flipped. How did you feel about the whole thing? What do you
Alright,
think was?
I'm gonna...
Pretty lucky, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think was the sort of key
when you-
point for you for the victory? What was it? I mean, obviously there was
I
the
really-
turn 3 clear, but
I really thought that the first drive
Mm.
on my offense, I thought that if he had put all his players more closely to mine,
Mhm.
it would have been a lot less aggressive.
yeah,
I do think that a lot less aggressive. Like I would have been putting us in a mind state that I would not have been so aggressive.
yeah,
Yeah, and I thought that you were gonna be able to outbash me if I just went hyper aggro, so I was trying to play more safe.
I would say that your initial setup may have been slightly a mistake, because if you'd gone in hard, in terms of putting people on the line and things like that, he's AV7, so maybe he's getting the hits in and things, but if he's not getting the removals, you're in position to really punish him for going aggressively.
Yeah, but
this
I
is all
also thought
hindsight, though.
I did think he was going to be able to get. I expect he was going to be able to get 2 removals on the line.
Mm.
One with his Yeti and one with his
Me
Palmer.
too.
And then maybe you, and then both Ulfs got one, and it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Flipped, what was the point where, you thought, I've definitely won this?
4 players down, 5 players
right.
down.
Yeah.
It's like
Like,
turn
on the-
3. There's 6 players down. Like, okay.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
So while I've got you both
So-
here, we'll sort of leave the dust to settle a little, and we'll talk about what you've got next week. So, Flipped,
What?
you get the head collectors. So, how are you feeling
Who
about
do I
that?
have next week?
Who that?
That
that?
is Flipped. You've got the head collectors, the Chaos team. So that is Wandering BME.
Oh shit!
How do you
Yeah.
feel about that one?
I haven't seen the team, so yeah, I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah, I'd probably go take a look, because they're a little bit scary. I'm going to be
Oh, I
honest.
suck
Probably
next
should do
week.
that.
Yeah,
I have Daka next week. Okay.
yeah.
Neat.
And so we got Moonlight Riders versus the Russians. So yeah.
Oh my god!
that's
Those
That's a
fucking
run back
kisses.
too.
Oh my god!
So yeah, busy week for you two next week. So hopefully I'll get to at least
It
watch a
looks
couple
like
of the games.
it looks like actually have the Russians played this week?
They
No,
have
okay.
not. They've got the
Okay,
No,
so-
no.
No, Tuesday. They play Tuesday.
The killer's
They play
gonna be
against
back
Tuesday.
and ready.
Yeah, I was gonna say the blitz.
Hell yeah.
This blitzer is still says out, but he's gonna come back in.
Mhm.
I mean, it's similar to Norse, right? It's like it's Kislev. If they roll their good dice, they win because they'll just you'll never get the ball.
Mm.
And if they don't roll good jump dice, you win because they're just giving you turnover after turnover.
Yeah.
Turnover after turnover.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a really sort of rough 3 weeks for you, admittedly, because you've got the Russians next, and then after that you've got the head collectors. So, yeah,
Mhm.
I don't envy you that run. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
this without my ghoul, this is going to be a really hard matchup, and I
Yeah.
think I just have to try. I'm the bash player in this matchup, right? So I just got to punch him good,
Hmm.
and if I don't punch good, I lose the game. Oops.
Be careful with the word, by the way. The bear is pretty much a Croxy orb, and he has already war, so he's gonna be pretty hard, I think.
Yeah, that bear is kind of grim.
Yeah, the bear's annoying. Just play around it. Don't let it get on. Feed it zombies. Don't feed it important players. Daka's done a really good job of keeping lean, so I don't even think I'm gonna have. I might get inducements, but I'm gonna get like very little inducements.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, which is like bad because I'm missing one of my best players, and I'm not getting inducements because Daka's done a really good job of staying there.
Oh wait, this is a lot of luck. Holy shit! And that's a Valkyrie Beastman. Oh shit!
Yeah, it's one of those games. I think it's one of those games where maybe you won't watch it back straight away because of the painful memories swamp. But when you watch it,
It's
back,
gonna be fun.
when you watch it back, yeah, I'm sure you're going to enjoy
Holy
it.
shit! He has. Okay, so he just leveled a Beastman. He has a block. Yeah, strength up dodge Beastman. Holy crap! The Palm Beastman.
Not claw. Instead,
It's got claw. Yeah.
No, he just does he have claw now? Is he?
No,
Oh no. Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, no claw.
I mean, he's
Instead of
not,
the claw,
he's not gonna need it for very much.
I actually think if you look at our league, it's probably correct. There's so much AV7.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
It's worse going into the lizards, obviously, but like you got to think about his next couple matchups being into like a lot of AV7 and AV8. So
Yeah.
Palm's gonna do more for him, I think.
Just cast 10 players in the one game, then you get claw. Easy.
Right.
Yeah.
So the real answer is piling on is slightly better than claw against AV8.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen the stats on that one. That is the case.
Yeah, rerolls are slightly higher than 1 pip when it comes to 2D. I play a lot of war games. I know this. A reroll on 2D6 is better than it's better than 1 pip, right?
Yeah.
Whereas claw is just 1 pip. That's why piling on has a drawback of knocking you down because a reroll is the best. And then he's got dodge, sure hands, block on a Beastman, and then a block warrior. His warriors are his warriors are kind of underleveled. They only have block, but man, that's a scary team.
It is a scary team.
I'm gonna put all my faith on the Yeti again.
I mean, yeah, if the Yeti just gets good removals.
Right now, that's the plan. Right now, that's the plan.
Yeah, that's fair.
I won't ask you too much about your plans because I think BME may in fact be listening. So
Even better, dude. Even better. You're gonna be more.
I'm BME the next week.
Yes.
I'm BME the next week.
Fuck.
yeah.
Oh, BME, you're gonna destroy me.
So we get BME, and
I
then...
mean, not if I destroy him first.
That's true. So your
Right,
hope is that
that's
there is
correct.
another Norse pitch clear of doom, and we go in from there.
No, I'm
the
gonna
the
get
other thing
fucked,
to
dude. I'm
note.
gonna get so fucked this. Oh
This
my
is
God.
this is a pretty strong chaos team. Not gonna lie.
The other thing to note.
It's pretty nice.
The other thing to know though is the week after that, the Balrogs played Dinos for Sotek, and then immediately after that, guess who plays Dinos for Sotek? So
Good.
you're kind of following in the wake of the Norse destruction here, so you might just sort of get to sort of ride that wake a little bit and have a little bit of a bonus.
Yeah, what the hell? I'm playing like everyone. It's like a couple weeks where I played everyone you played the last week.
And then that week as well, week 5, the Balrogs face Dimmy G's Cursed Cowboys, so you are going chaos into chaos. Chaos Lizards Chaos. So.
I wanted to play Dimmy so much, dude. I wanted to play Dimmy so much.
When do you play Dimmy? That's a good
That's
question.
week 5. Yeah, week 5.
I
So-
haven't played him.
Sorry, when you played Daka? Did you already play Daka?
Yeah, that was the ridiculous game the other night where Daka and Flipped just removed each other's teams completely. It's on my channel, I think, if you want to watch it. So
That's interesting. I might do, yeah.
it's a fun game. Me and Randy
Also,
Kitakaze
because
cast
I'm on
it.
your stream and I have to shill. Hi, stream. Please come to my tabletop gaming Twitch channel. We're doing 40k, Warm Hordes, Marvel Crisis Protocol, etc.
Cool. Have you got any plugs you want to make flipped while we're doing advertising?
Oh yeah, flipbetos/Blood Bowl. You open your Windows button, you search Blood Bowl files, and there I am.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good. So it's twitch.tv /top of tables, top O tables, all one word. We are a wargaming content creation engine that's revving up here. We just did, and due to technical issues on my end, we didn't get to any VODs from it, but we did just stream a local big GT for 40k.
Cool.
And we're going to be doing more similar stuff coming up soon. Also, on my channel Swampmist, you can find everything's going to get hosted there. B, you can find a link to our Discord, the Top Tables Discord, where we talk about all kinds of minigaming stuff, including hobby stuff. We'll be doing. I'll probably be doing some of my miners talk there.
Cool.
And then you can also find a link to our Patreon, where $1 a month gives you access to, actually not access, but it just gives you a cool color on our Discord. $5 a month gives you access to some of our extra stuff that we don't put up online normally. Stuff like scripts for some of the skits I'm writing, some of our world building stuff, etc. And then there's also at $10 a month, you're going to get to basically just vote on what we do each week. We're going to have a bunch of content stuff in terms of like, what games do you want to see recorded this week, etc. And that'll be $10 a month. And then for $50 a month for the crazy people, every other month you will get a mini, a physical mini, a single one, valued at $40 or less, painted by us and shipped to you.
That's cool.
We pay shipping in the continental US.
That's really cool.
That's a lot of things.
That is a lot of things. Yeah.
That's a lot of things. By the way, nobody got my joke, so fuck you all.
Also, every higher tier gives you everything from the lower tier.
All right, mate. Okay, so what I think I'll do is I'll just leave you to say your final thoughts, and then I will sign off. I'll also let Aim do that as well, if he's still hanging around.
Yep. And then also, I think... I'm going to stop streaming now.
Okay.
I might be on later with some Total War, so just...
Cool. So if anyone's feeling in the mood for some Total War, jump in and watch Swamp on his stream. So yeah, final thoughts.
Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody.
Cheers.
All right. I'm gonna pop out of here. Have a good night.
All right. Bye, Swamp. And final thoughts, Flipped. How are you feeling?
Wanna play a spin?
All right, mate. So, so yeah, thank you very much for joining us as well. It's good to talk to you, and good to talk to Swamped, of course. Swamped.
Sure.
It's because you're Flipped. It's just doing weird
You
things.
called him Swamped for the entire time.
He was kind of swamped in that game, though, wasn't he?
people look at me flip, but those it's a noun, so I get confused.
Yeah. Okay, mate. So I'm gonna call it here. Aim, have you got anything else to add?
I'm gonna be playing a game in like 6 hours and 30 minutes. It's not minors. It's gonna be against Dr. Daka in a different league.
Oh shit!
I believe he's the Kislev coach in that
Oh
same
shit!
league.
He is indeed. So if you are hanging around and you want to watch some more Blood Bowl in about 6 hours' time, then you can watch Aim and Daka duke it out with alternate teams, some alternate reality action.
It's gonna be humans, which isn't really alternate, versus vampires, which is very alternate.
Very alternate.
Oh fuck!
Very alternate. That might be quite good fun then. Alright, so I'm going to say thank you to you lads. I'm going to cut the stream there, and I will see you all in the next round, I guess. So peace out.
Yep.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.